Hey, champ.
What's happening?
Welcome on, champ. How you doing, buddy?
Living the dream, man.
So
Just got done. We had our first night back of Taekwondo class tonight at the new gym, so we were pretty packed. It was a special night, but glad to get that one done and over with.
excellent. So let's get right into. You just mentioned new gym. You got a lot of changes happening, and since you won the title. Let's first talk about the new camp. I want to get them some play and what you're doing as far as the teaching wise and all that. So what you've been doing on that end of things?
Yeah, well, I mean, we touched on it last time. I know we were going to kind of reiterate a few things, but like we had, I've been in Young for a long time since we were in this basement and trying to help build that gym, but it got to a point where things just went kind of downhill. Wasn't too happy where I was at, and I wanted to get out of there, but it took me a while to kind of make that move and find the strength to do it. So we ended up coming over to Titan Athletics, which is just across the river. It's closer to my house. It's where Gracie Baja used to be. They're now just all formulated into one gym, Titan Athletics. And Bangalore Brew Athletic Clubs is all one big gym, and it's an awesome spot. So I've been training over here. I've been back to training because of my knee injury for like the last little over a month, I think now. Training real hard and just starting to finally get back to myself where I feel pretty decent about my skills and my strength a little bit better, cardio. So we're pumped. I'm doing a lot more grappling than I used to do. It's closer to home. Just a top-notch group of guys that just like are on my level. I'm not taking a dig at anybody where I used to be. I just really like where I'm at now with a lot of people that I feel like are closer to my age and my lifestyle. So I'm really, really happy where I'm at, and it makes it exciting to get into training and approach the next fight because I get to set aside all the stress that I used to have. All the things that I just wasn't happy with. I don't deal with that now, so I'm really excited to see where I'm at, being amongst a good group of guys and getting pushed so hard that I'm kind of getting owned on the mat, and I haven't felt like that for a while like this. So it's really cool to be challenged in that way at this point in my career. So looking forward to what comes in the cage next, man.
Excellent. Well, Bruce. We're going to jump around in different subjects here, but CES, they just announced some of the cards. The next event is going to be in Hartford. Historic, going to Connecticut. What did you think? What do you think about the whole move and the whole thing, the process of what CES is going through with changing from to fight pass and and all that good stuff. What's your feeling? Because you are their champion. So how's your feeling on CES?
Hey, say that again.
How do you?
You are their champion. That's all I need to hear.
So what?
I don't want anybody to forget, all right? It seems like I'm way up here in Maine, and it's like, it was an accident before the belt, but I am the champion. And everybody better realize that because they ain't going to take that belt easily from me. I don't care who's back for CES or who's next. It don't matter to me. I'm not going to lose that belt without a really, really tough fight. And, I just felt like I was overlooked the first fight. And CES is real good to me. I love the guys down there. But it's like, for whatever reason, man, I don't hear my name talked about much. And I'm trying to line up a fight, and I still haven't got any names. So, I'm hoping something happens pretty quick because I want to have a victim in sight. And, I think the UFC fight pass, it's always cool to hear the UFC thing in there. And I'm happy for them. I think that's really cool. But I always love the whole Access TV thing, man. I like Access TV. I like fighting on that. I like the group of people that work, together. So part of me was a little bummed out that they were done with that. But, if you got to lose Access TV, at least you got UFC Fight Pass. And there is that connection with that and having some eyes on you and that affiliation. So CES is a good promotion. The bottom line is they put tough guys in the cage. It's always the best of the best around the region, in the Northeast. If not, they bring guys from the world. So it's always going to be a top promotion. They don't know anything but like top caliber, so that's why it's so awesome to be a part of a promotion like that. And everybody strives to get on a CES card. So I'm happy to be where I'm at, and I know that whoever I get to fight next is going to be a tough guy, and it's going to be a big fight. You know, and I hope it's the main event fight, because that's really what I like to see, that top fight, you know, that big main event card. So I'm shooting for that.
Excellent. Well, they got one title fight on this. They have Wells defending his title against Vinny DeJesus, which that seems like to be the only matchup they announced. They announced, you know, fighters that are going to be on the card, but not necessarily matchups. And that's kind of how CES does things. They don't throw it out there right away. And I've heard some fighters, the younger generations of fighters, that kind of don't like that because they want to sell tickets. They got to sell the tickets. So they want their faces on posters and sending them out as soon as possible, you know. So, Bruce, that's where I come in, when I got the beans and I can spread the word, you know what I mean? I can spill them beans for... So, Bruce...
I mean, we wouldn't be nothing without you guys. So, I mean, when you do an Australia, you've been one of my favorites. Putting the word out there, you got a good rapport with the fighters, and we all love you. So, I mean, I'm glad you put it out there so everybody knows what's going on behind the scenes.
Excellent. Now, Bruce, you talked about, looking for a fight. They haven't been really paying attention to you. You're back in training. What is your timeline? What are you looking for? What is your timeline as far as when you think you'll be ready to either hit a training camp or hit the cage?
Yeah, I'm in training camp now. I mean, let me just clarify things. And I have talked to Pat Sullivan. You know, I don't want to throw him under the bus. Like, he's talked to me, in fact, on how I'm doing. You know, and I've told him, like, look, I don't think I'll be ready for March 29th, but I'm definitely good for May 10th. And that's the plan. And I know they got a card to put together, but I like to start, you know, it's a big fight name. We're not talking about some on-card fights. It's a big fight. It's a title fight. I mean, I think you can start looking at some guys and figuring out what's next. But, I have talked to them, and I am excited for the May 10th card. That's where I'm looking. I'm in training camp. I'm training as hard. It's either I'm training or I'm not training. I'm sure there's other fighters like that, because there's not really a training camp for me, man. I'm just all in there, or I can't train, and it's very rare that I can't train. So I'm training. May 10th is my plan, and I just want to have a name in front of me just so I can push it a little harder.
Excellent. Now, Bruce, let's talk about, the fight you're coming off, where got you to this point, where I think you were one of the first ones to have that beautiful new belt, correct?
Yes, man. I was very excited about that. I love that belt now. Look.
So you won the belt. Let's talk about that fight, because, Bruce, it's well known that you were underdog going in there. A lot of, everybody was looking at Seriano, coming from the UFC, with veteran there. CES was high. Not that they're not high on you, but Seriano, his name was thrown out there a lot going into that fight. How'd you take that fight, and leading up to that fight, what was going through your mind? Like, these people better watch out. They're really underestimating Bruce.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, for me, it's like the worst. If they want Seriano to lose, right? I mean, they wanted to win. Like, look, give me all this props. Like, put me on the poster boards of whatever, and talk about my name. Because then I don't have any fuel, right? And I'm not coming in hard. But, like, when you leave me out, you count me out, whatever, 4 to 1 underdog, whatever it was, listen, that fires me up, and I got a mission to prove myself, and I love that. But, it happened with Nate Andrews. And unfortunately, when I was fighting Nate, I was coming down. I cut 2 pounds of water weight, and I was on weight. I was walking around weight. I hadn't been training because there was nobody at Young's to train with, so it's a different story coming in a fight where I went and did the extra work and moved around and I found training. I found the fuel to fight Seriano. I promised myself I'm not coming down to make that same mistake I did with Nate. So, I come down and I had all the respect in the world for Sean Soriano. I know how tough the guy is, and I have the utmost respect for him. But I knew if I'm going to lose, it's not going to be because I'm losing it for myself. He's going to take it from me. And you know what, like I wasn't giving up in that fight, and I think that's exactly what won the fight. Especially with my knee, like my knee really threw things off. I couldn't win the transitions or scrambling matches. If my knee was better, I wouldn't have been in those positions a lot. So, you know, kudos to Sean. He's a tough ass guy, and it may not have been the same case if we fought again. But you know, I hate it when guys are talking about like I want a rematch and da da da. If you show up on game night, you're there or you're not. Like I showed up with Nate Andrews. He beat me. I can't complain. Like I want another shot at him. And, you know, it just is what it is. So, you know what? I'm ready to go for who's next, and let's see what happens. You know, as far as who they throw in there, but it's gonna be a tough dude, and I'm gonna be ready to defend that belt. I like keeping it right where it's at.
Excellent.
And the older I get, you know, the more I get discounted, the more I feel like I have to prove I'm still in the game. And I'm not slowing down. If anything, I just get older. I just get, you know, I get more hungry to just be around my family, hang out with my kids and shit. But fighting-wise, training-wise, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better in the gym, which sounds cliche. But I'm training with some tough guys that are really pushing me. And I know I'm evolving at this game. You know, I started with little, so I mean, I'm getting better and I'm getting hungrier. So I mean, I'm still fight whoever they put in front of me.
Excellent, my man. Bruce, I know you took a break from social media. It could get really hectic. You know, not only being the champion of CES, you know, just being the guy you are. You've been in martial arts so long. You boxed. You did so much. So, what were you doing this time off? Spending time with your family? I know you did a lot of traveling, but you must have been out there really doing some soul searching and getting your head right to come back to really, get ready and defend that title.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I'm glad you asked that because for me, I know a lot of guys that have been in this game a while throughout New England, and they'll probably go through the same thing where the fight game is not the same when you've been around for a while and you watch people come and go, you watch the game change, and people get acknowledged that it's just, you know, they're getting put on posters because they sell tickets, and you try having 26 professional fights, man, and you try to get that same group of people coming down to keep buying the same tickets and traveling out of state because your fights ain't in your hometown anymore. It gets tough, man, and people turn on you, and people talk shit, and they like the next cool guy, and I was dealing with just a lot of haters on social media, and anytime I tried to, like, speak my mind or say anything, it was coming out the wrong way. It's like I got this curse, like I want to be the most honest person out there. I want to be the most real person, so no matter what's being talked about, I'm trying to just put it all out there. And it just kept biting me in the ass, and I'm just done with this, man. I'm stepping back from social media. And I just want to be around people that are real, that have had my back this whole time, and focus on just getting better health-wise and everything, you know, my knee and my family. So I took a little while to really step back and find myself, like you said, and it worked. Like I thought I'd be gone a lot longer than that, but it's hard to run my Taekwondo program, and it's hard to just run a fight career without social media. But you know, I got the time I needed to step away and to find myself and to just figure out what's important in life and what's not. I don't really care about people talking shit or people not having my back. I just figured that none of that really matters. I'm just going to be who I am, and I'm going to keep the people that are really close to me, and that's about it. So that's what I've been doing for the last month or so, and my life has been. It's been a lot better than it once was. A lot of that is, you know, because of moving to a different gym and getting away from some of the toxicity that I had. But, you know, social media is a bitch to anybody if you're not really careful. You know, and I'm a vocal guy. I like to give my opinion. I like to stick up for other people. You know, I like to be honest, so that can get you in trouble on social media. More so when people know your name than if you're Joe Schmo. I don't think it really gets you into much trouble. But when people know your name, I could tell you, I could get on Facebook right now, and I could say the sun is, the moon is shining bright out there, and someone would be giving me shit about how I said it.
Exactly. You're right on, brother. You're right on, dude.
So it is.
Like, you know, we experience it. I know exactly what you're talking about, and you know, all your followers do. The feeds, just reading people, the hate back and forth. Sometimes you get just a jerk every so often in there, and it does. You know, with the following of fans you have, you get a lot of jerks, Bruce. So that's a lot of piling up on you, and that's I get it too, but not to the extent you get it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're good at it, reserving yourself, man. I know you pick the battles well. I was playing into it so long, like someone would call me out on something and it was wrong, and I do it, and I'd be like, "Fuck you, man! You don't even know what you're talking about." It took me a while to be like, "I don't give a shit what these guys say, man. Let them say it." Like I'm not gonna argue with them in like 2 minutes. I really don't care because they're always gonna be there.
Yeah.
I could name names, but I won't.
Yeah.
But the point is, I'm not playing those battles anymore. I just focus on the people right in front of me that matter. I know who they are. You know, we all do, but it's just a matter of letting people get through and getting through that thick skin or whatnot.
Excellent.
I ain't doing it no more.
Awesome. Well, Bruce, you're back.
The stress is a lot more reduced.
Yeah, and you know, you're a family man. You got family. You know, you got kids that are growing up. They're going to be on social media. You know, now you got to think about, you know, what they're going to see, because they're fans of yours too. You know what I mean? They're going to be seeing you as they grow up, and you know, they're going to be seeing their dad as champion and as a fighter on social media. So, so you got your boundaries are a little more extent. So I know what you mean. You really have to kind of filter yourself at times, and it sucks because you do have people that come after you and they don't know what they're talking about. But people like negativity sometimes, so they feed into that, you know?
Yeah, I can't remember what UFC fight it was, but they posted a tweet or something. Something like, it's funny how, like, you get somebody that's never fought a day in their life, but they get on social media and then they're telling you how to fight.
Yeah.
You know, they never hopped in the cage once.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a good example of it. Like, if you let that bother you, you're screwed, right? So you can't even get into an irrational argument with somebody. You just stay away from it.
Yeah.
How the hell can somebody tell you how to fight?
And
they've never been in the gym. They never grappled once in their life, but they're telling you, how to fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? With the experience you have and the way you have at speaking, Bruce, some of these you turn around. Some of these haters you do turn around, but there are some that they don't listen to anything, no matter how many facts you have to back up what you're saying.
Yeah.
They don't listen to it.
I call that irrational. Irrational. I have some family members that are just like that, and I don't entertain them.
Yeah, and you know what?
There are a lot that turn around. You're right.
I'm starting to take these haters or negativity as people. They're giving me play. They're making me more popular. The more you hate me, the more people are gonna want to see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it does play a role, man. But when it starts stressing you out, it's when it's counterproductive. And it was doing that to me, and I really just had to step back to just kind of figure it out, and I did. And I feel a lot better, just in life, but by realizing what I had to realize. And, a lot of people in the fight game, they go back and forth. You're winning, they're on your side. You're losing, they're not. If you're on a poster, they're on your side. If you're in the media, they're on your side. But otherwise, like, you played back for a moment. You have an injury, and they're gone, and they're talking shit about you. I'm sure most fighters know this, what I'm saying. It's just, how do you handle it? It really takes a lot to figure out how to handle it. And some of us are more emotional than others. So, I mean, I've just I pay a lot of attention to it myself. And I really always try to take a look at myself. And I always want to figure this shit out. So, it's gotten easier.
Excellent.
But I don't think it's ever going to go away.
No, you're always going to have that. I mean, you don't want to disappoint. Even if they're wrong, you still want people to like you, no matter if they hate you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's that fucking Zachary kid on
Yeah,
Facebook. That little turd, man. You don't even got to respond to that. But I don't know who that kid is. He makes me laugh every time he comments on my thread, man.
Yeah.
So, keep that up.
Yeah, like I said, we have a few of those around, but you know it is what it is. We need them we need them in there too, I guess, to get the ball rolling.
Cool. If you like the game, well, they wouldn't be here. You know, they don't have to be on my side or your side. They're commenting, so that's cool.
Hey, Bruce, you know, usually when they talk shit in front online, they're messaging you on Messenger going, dude, I really like you, man. It's just, you know, you know how that works. Can you sign my poster when I see you? Can you sign my poster?
Oh, I've got some of the craziest messages, man. Like, people talk the craziest shit on my thread, and then I get a private message from them minutes later, and they're like, hey, man, I really like you. I'm such a fan. And
Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah.
Process that.
Little do they.
Seriously, and I always resort to my wife, really.
Yeah.
That's my rock, and I'll be like, Randy, you gotta help me out. Like, am I supposed to respond to this? Am I supposed to say nothing? What is going on?
So she
as crazy as I think.
She's the appointed meter of who you can like respond to and who you can't respond to now, right?
100%. You're damn right, and I don't mind saying it like that. I mean, it's my second, second pair of eyes.
Yeah, awesome, man.
I need that sometimes.
Awesome, man. So, Bruce,
it's cool.
you have a birthday coming up, so it seems to be right around the same time that you're going to be able to defend that title, man. Yeah. So everything's working out. Everything happens for a reason, because now you're back on social media. We got the card happening the end of the month, but then you got 2 months to promote yourself and getting having a title defense on the next one.
Yeah, you're right, and I'm excited because right now I'm training for the fight. I'm training for the date. I'm just waiting for them to give me a name. I want a name. I always get these last minute fights or like in a short period of time. I want a name right now, and I want to shoot for this person. And I'm already training, but it's time to get get treated like a champion just once, man. I'm gonna be 40 on May 5th, and everybody's gonna be hollering about what my age is. I don't even give a shit. I'm glad that I turned 45 days before the fight, and then let me prove how much that means on May 10th. That's what I want. And I told you before, I want to be that guy in mixed martial arts that proves that somebody my age can do this the same as anybody else. I want to be the guy that proves that age ain't shit. It's only what I let it be. If I want to act like an old man or I want to act like I'm too old to fight, then I can do that. But I'm right in the mix, and I'm still going to do the same thing I did last time, and nobody's going to do anything about it until I say, hey, I'm done. And I'm not thinking about that right now. So I want to be the guy that gets to prove that. I'd love to show Dana White the same thing. Keep thinking that, and I'm not Daniel Cormier, you know what I mean? I'm a younger, healthier, fit guy that's been fit all my life and trained all my life. Taekwondo and martial arts since I was 8 years old. And it's not about like how long you've been doing it. It's about how long you've had to, you've gotten to that top and had that fire and how hungry you are. I'm just pushing it at this point right now. So it's time to ride it out for a little bit. Excellent,
my man. Well, Bruce, I'm happy to have you back. You've always been one of my favorites since I, hung out with you at a Neff show where you are the champion there. You hold 5, before I let you go and give shout-out stuff, you hold 5 belts, correct? Is it 5 belts you have?
Oh, man, hold on, let me count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 6 belts. Sorry, buddy.
6 belts, man. Now, if you defend your title, do you just keep the same belt, or do they give you another one?
You'd have to ask CES that, man. That's why I have 6 belts. I won my first and then I won the NES title, and then I defended it, I think 3 times.
Okay.
3, 4... maybe 4 times, I don't know.
Wow, that's...
And then I had and then I won the CES. Yeah, I got a belt each time I defended it, but I haven't defended it with CES yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool. I mean, they already got to have a belt ringside, so you might as well give me another one.
That's awesome.
Because I'm collecting them, and I want to make it known I haven't lost the title belt. I haven't lost the title fight in my career, and I don't intend to. When I'm done, I mean, either I'm going to make a miracle happen, and the UFC is going to just say, all right, we're going to give him a shot just because he's been doing it long enough, or Bellator already offered me a fight the other day. I mean, if someone's trying to line it up, I could go to Bellator, but I'd love to get that shot at UFC. I don't know if they do that with somebody my age, but if they're not, I'm gonna do it till I'm not hungry anymore, and I'm gonna hang it up. But I'm hungry.
Well,
I want another belt.
We're glad you're hungry, Bruce. I definitely want to see you eat. That's a definite, man. And it'd be nice to have you defend that title right around your birthday. It'll be a special time. It'll be a special moment. Like you said, anything's possible. It would be a beautiful story that, you defend that title and Dana comes calling and gives you that one shot, you know what I mean? See what you can do. And, we're all rooting for you, buddy. No matter what happens to you, Bellator, we got PFL coming. You can win $1 million there. There's a bunch of shit coming, Bruce. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things happening in the future for you. Not only defending that title, but bigger things to come in 2019.
Hey man, much as I'd like to be like the NFL and win that money, I do like that opportunity. But those guys fucking, man, he kind of did me wrong.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They're from the World Series of Fighting. I forgot that. Never mind.
Yeah, Ray Sefo was, I don't know, man. Hey, if they want to give me that shot, go for it.
Yeah, hey.
I don't get too happy with me about how, I was vocal about kind of getting screwed over, man. Any fighter would, but I tried to do the honest thing and speak up and say, hey, look, I'm sorry. Like, technically, they're all right. In my contract, if I lose any fights, they have a right to cut me. So I spoke up and said, look, I'm not going to, I want to be real with them about it. I don't think it was fair for having them waiting around and doing what they did, but PFL is an awesome opportunity for a fighter right now, so that's cool.
Yeah.
If they want a good fighter, they throw them in, but
that's not on the top of your list. You got Bellator and CES.
It's not something like that. Yeah. I like it. I like it big fight. I mean, we'll see what happens. Look,
awesome.
I don't care. Just keep throwing somebody that's good in front of me, and we'll fight them, and that'll be that. I don't give a shit.
Awesome,
keep
my
winning.
man.
What's they gonna do?
Well, we'll be there watching you, bro. Well, last thing, Bruce, throw them shout-outs, any thank yous, and, last words from Pretty Boy.
Yeah, for sure, man. I always appreciate a lot of my good friends that have stuck on my side, and, many of them know their name if they're listening to this, but Avid Insulation Plus been a good one with me. They've always been with me. Portland Nutrition Corner, the Sea Dog Brewing Company, Nash Fury Football. Always been with me for a while. Chris Hayes, the Corella family. Been a lot of good people. Fusion HT and I should have wrote this down before because there's always somebody I forget. But there's a lot of specific names that help me out, and they've been with me for a long time. But Titan Athletics and Eddie Benjamin and them for letting me come over to the team and taking me in the way they have been. My wife, my family for putting up for me, and my wife's family. Everybody's been good to me, man. I got a beautiful life. I have so much to be grateful for, and thank you to you for having me on, for CES, for bringing the main guy down and giving him an opportunity. And, I can thank New England Fights, too, for kind of molding me into the fighter I am today, giving me a lot of opportunity early in my career. And thanks to Dana White for saying, hey, you're going to be the first 4-year-old we give a shot to.
Excellent, my man. Well, Bruce, always a pleasure. I was flashing some pictures as we were interviewing it. I have your last walkout shirt, and it has all your sponsors on it. I think that was the last one you had. So they all got some play tonight for you.
Yeah,
so,
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, Bruce, for coming on, rescheduling 2 interviews in a week, buddy, with me, man. Yeah, you must.
We like to
Yeah, you must. You're not sick of the ambassador yet. I love it, man.
No, I always appreciate Steve, man. From the moment I talked to you, man, you've been someone I just really get along well with, and I know the rest of the MMA community appreciates you. So I hope you keep on pushing, doing what you're doing, spreading the love.
I will,
and,
we'll
see you down there sooner or later.
Oh, you will, buddy.
Down there March 29th, like I told you. So hopefully I'll see you down there. If I
Yeah,
get down
you'll definitely see me, man. I'll be looking for you. But thank you so much, Bruce. And well, the eyes are on you now, buddy. Training camp has started.
Great, where I like it.
All right.
Perfect, thank you.
You have a good night, bro.
Have a good one.